that he almost passed away a couple months before actually the fight we all saw, which honestly can definitely impact his performance what we saw a couple days ago, because obviously that situation takes a lot from your body, especially at the age that Mike Tyson is, which is 58. What's up, dudes? Today your boy is coming back with a new video on the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. So today I want to talk about Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. It's been a couple of days. I hope you all recovered from it. I don't hope you have PTSD or something after watching that entire show, because I don't think you can really call it a fight. But before I go into that, I want to take a look at the comment of the day. So someone is saying, not one hater could take a punch from Tyson or Paul. I do agree with that. I think it takes a lot of balls to actually go into a ring to fight another person, because you can get brain damage, so you even can pass away in a boxing match. It isn't the first time that happened, you know. So I'm just saying I do respect both of them to actually be stepping in the ring. But having said all of that, now I'm going to talk about the topic. Obviously the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I really didn't know what I was thinking before the fight who would be winning, because on one hand obviously Mike Tyson is the much better boxer. He is in most people top list of the best heavyweight boxers of all time, at least in the top 5 if we're gonna be honest here. And obviously Jake Paul isn't at the same level, but on the other side Jake Paul is much younger. So this tweet is really important for the context as well. This is basically Mike Tyson after the fight with Jake Paul. So he's saying, this is one of those situations when you lost but you still won. I'm grateful for last night, no regrets to get in the ring one last time. I do think it's a good thing that he is saying one last time, because if you remember, he was calling out Logan Paul, and I was thinking by myself, let's just not go in the ring with Logan Paul, Mike Tyson, because you would probably be 60 at that point, because it probably takes a couple of years to get that stuff started. I just don't think that would have been a good idea with Logan Paul. Obviously Logan Paul does everything for attention, so he probably would have done it. So he continues with saying, I almost passed away in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in a hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won. That's honestly pretty shocking. So basically he's saying that he almost passed away a couple months before actually the fight we all saw, which honestly can definitely impact his performance what we saw a couple days ago, because obviously that situation takes a lot from your body, especially at the age that Mike Tyson is, which is 58. And obviously the other question is, did Jake Paul know about that situation? Which is honestly a good question, because if he knew about the situation that Mike Tyson was having, I think he should be more responsible and actually say to Mike, you know, we maybe should not do this fight, you're not in a good situation, this could be dangerous, I don't feel like this is a good decision. But I guess, you know, Jake Paul was fine with it, or Jake Paul didn't know about the situation, which could be as well. But Mike Tyson continues with saying, to have my children see me stand toe to toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter, have my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboys stadium, is an experience that no man has the right to ask for, which honestly is a pretty good thing to be saying, because obviously he did stand 8 rounds with a much younger fighter and he didn't get knocked out. And obviously Jake Paul is responding to the tweet saying, love you Mike, it was an honor, you're an inspiration to us all. And obviously Jake Paul is getting smoked. Someone is saying, who's next, Biden? Because obviously Jake Paul is fighting much older fighters again and again, and I do think, you know, 30 years of a difference between two fighters, that's a lot. I honestly don't think someone like Mike Tyson at the age he is should be fighting, honestly, because you're not healing like a young person, and obviously it's not fair because Mike Tyson isn't as fast as he used to be. We only can imagine what a young Mike Tyson would have done to a young Jake Paul. If they would have been the same age, I think we all know that Jake Paul would have gotten smoked really bad, because obviously Mike Tyson was, and I think is still, the superior boxer, but he just doesn't have the reflexes, he doesn't have the speed, he doesn't have the stamina, he doesn't have everything a young man has, and that's honestly just normal because he's 58. And I'm gonna say this as well, he is faster, in a better shape than 99% of the people that are his age. So after the fight, many people started actually speculating and started saying that the fight was fixed / fake and scripted. I even put like a poll on my YouTube channel asking people if they thought the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight was fixed, and the majority was saying yes. 71% was thinking the fight was fixed. I personally don't think so, but leave it in the comment section if you think the fight was fixed or the fight was for real. One thing that I need to point out as well is that we live in a pretty weird timeline, honestly, that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting. Not only that Jake Paul won against Mike Tyson. Now on Mike Tyson's boxing records it says that obviously Jake Paul won, which is a pretty weird thing if you really think about it. But having said all of that, my reasoning behind thinking that the fight wasn't fixed is basically, if you take a look at the fight again, rewatch the fight, I know it's probably gonna give you PTSD, but if you take a look, the first couple of rounds Mike Tyson was actually looking pretty good. He actually had some speed and his movements were looking all great, and then obviously after that he was really not the same. His legs looked really bad, all that stuff, and it basically just showed that he is old and he obviously can't really handle a long fight anymore. And if you actually took a look at the clips where he was showing that he was obviously shadow boxing and actually hitting the pads, it was obviously just a short amount of time that you saw that, because the clips were like 30 seconds. I think that was the entire problem with Mike Tyson, that he can't really do that for a long time because he doesn't have that stamina, he doesn't have that speed anymore. He maybe has the strength still, he's probably a really strong dude, because you still have many people that are in the 60s that are really strong, but you obviously lose the speed and the reflexes. That is just a normal thing of aging, and I think that was the result. Honestly, the age of Mike Tyson was just too much at this point. Maybe if Mike Tyson would have been like 40 against Jake Paul, that is now like 27, I think that would have been more fair. Even, you know, Mike Tyson then was still not in his prime anymore when he was 40, but you get my point. A 40-year-old Mike Tyson, I think, would have won against Jake Paul in my opinion, but not a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. But leave your thoughts about it. Do you think Mike Tyson was giving his all? On the other side, some people are saying that Jake Paul didn't want to knock out Mike Tyson and was holding back. Do you believe that as well? I do think, you know, if Mike Tyson would have been knocked out by Jake Paul would have gotten so much hate, because he basically was knocking someone out that is almost 60. I mean, he would have gotten so much hate, so I do think, you know, he probably didn't want to be knocking out Mike Tyson. He just wanted to win the match, and obviously both of them made so much money. I think Mike Tyson made around like 20 million and Jake Paul around 40 million, so I guess W for both of them making that amount of money. I think most people probably would take like 8 rounds of boxing knowing they get like 20 million. I think that was basically the main motivation of Mike Tyson, and I don't think you can really blame him. I think he was broke in the early 2000s, so I don't know how financially stable he is. I guess now he really doesn't need to worry about anything anymore. I guess that's a good thing. But having said all of this, what do you think about the entire situation? Leave it in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then don't forget to press the like button, subscribe on the channel if you want to get notified, and I will see you all in the next one.